Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would like to read on Trump's January. What does that look like for him? All right, so let us look. In the heart of the matter. Oh my gosh, you guys, the death card. In the heart of the matter. Heart of the matter. That's not good for him. I don't think that's good for him. So let's see what the challenge is. Okay. Kind of what a tip. Oh my gosh. The challenge is the 10 of Swords. Holy moly. Well, the 10 of Swords is about swords that are flying. A lot of times it is things said, betrayal though. That's interesting. I just feel like, as cocky as Mitch McConnell is, I don't think he's going to be able to put on a complete farce. You know what I mean? I do think there's going to have to be some substance to this trial. And I do think there will be more people. Okay, so the 10 of Swords is betrayal. And that's what I heard. So I do think that means that someone close to him in the administration will talk. That could really be Bolton. Bolton has been waiting to get his chance to talk, really. But, the impeachment inquiry, well, they said, well, that could take months and months. We could subpoena him, take another 6 months to go through the courts, and we want to move on this. So they just said, whatever, you don't need to. We have plenty of evidence without you, John Bolton. But I think he could add some. So it could be John Bolton. But there is somebody who's close to the president who will be talking. And that is something, the death card, I would think is about a death blow. Usually that's been about a death blow, like just an end, something, And I almost think the end is going to be the end of the plan to make it a complete farce, right now he's thinking it will be done in one day and no witnesses will be called and that will be that. And I think the death is the end of that pipe dream. I think this is going to hold some surprises. I don't feel removal from office, but I do think it's going to hold some surprises. So we'll see. Okay. Underneath it all, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, but he's going to try everything to fight. He is obsessive. The Knight of Swords can be obsessive. He's not mature. He's given marching orders, which really bothers me when I see, a world leader getting the knight all the time, or the page, even worse. So anyway, that's the I'm going to win at any cost kind of. And so he'll be speaking a lot. He will be really active on Twitter. He will be. Yeah. And saying, it's more like what I'm hearing is it's not so much like the number of tweets. It's he's going to say some really, well, heck, he always says outrageous things. How much more outrageous could it get? Well, I guess we'll see. In the past, we've got the Knight of Cups. Yes. I feel like that's people kissing up to him. I do. I feel like that's, here you go, sir. Here, Mr. President. Here's good news for you. Here's good news. Here's how we're going to take care of you in this way. Here, I feel like he's being given a lot of promises right now, and they're not going to be able to deliver on all of them. And he's going to be angry. He will feel betrayed by the Senate. Republicans, some of them anyway. Not the majority, but some. Above it all, the Nine of... Oh, of course, the Nine of Coins. This man, I do not know how he does it, but he can frequently turn off the worry so he can enjoy that beautiful piece of chocolate cake. Just this gorgeous piece, he can do that. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Not always. Sometimes it's, all of it is really on his mind a lot. And obviously there will be times like that with this heart of the reading. It's bad. But still, he's going to have his mind. Maybe we get that card because that's where he finds his solace and comfort. Maybe. You know, he wants his rich foods. He wants golf. He wants to be wined and dined, except for he doesn't drink alcohol. But, you know, the others, you know, I mean, he wants everything he wants. So that's still on his mind. That's a bit obsessive as well for him. In the immediate future, we have the Knight of Coins. But he charges on. And that's another knight. And another knight. Look at all these knights. We have the Knight of Coins. And I feel like that's him. That's immediately the feeling I got from that card. That is him. He has his marching orders. He is the front man. And even though he wields a lot of power and he does things that the Senate Republicans do not like and the donors do not like, he occasionally does some things and says some things they don't like, and they have to just let him. Still, he's got his marching orders, and he comes back to it again and again and again. And the things that he does that make no sense to us, well, they make sense to somebody who's pulling the marionette strings. At the root of the matter, right? Who he's in bed with, the Lover's card. And this is a political reading, so I feel like that's what this is about. Of course, you know, he has affairs, but that's inconsequential to him. The Lover's card, who he's in bed with. And again, he's in bed. I just really feel this, in bed with Putin, in bed with other foreign powers, maybe too, other foreign leaders. Not too many. Maybe Putin and one other. But there's things he owes. There's things he's working with them on. And it is, I'm sorry, you guys, but I see it as part of a larger plan. It's larger than Trump. It's larger than sanctions. It's just, it's coordinated. In the immediate environment, we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so a lot of times I've taken that to mean the White House. And he's in the White House. So I don't think he's run out of the White House in January. Okay. And in the outcome, we have the Knight of Wands still. So he is still managing to hold up a bunch of investigations, you guys. What's the clarifier on that one? Seven of Cups. And he is managing to peddle a lot of illusion and a lot of, there's a lot of lying happening in January. So he is still managing to flummox many of his supporters in January. That's 1 month. Okay. Is there anything we want to clarify here? I feel like, okay. Well, I was thinking of one card and then deciding on another, so I want to get the energies pure here. Okay, Spirit, let's clarify that Knight of Coins. How about that? The Lover's card. Exactly. Bingo. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's amazing when these come up twice. Didn't I say? The Knight is, he's got his marching orders. You know, he's in bed with somebody. In bed with, you know, politically. He's got his marching orders and he goes forward. He's dutiful. What about this Knight of Swords? Ace of Cups. Right, because there's plenty of dirt overflowing. The investigations have overflowing evidence. So in other words, he does continue to try to block information. Apparently, emails regarding Ukraine have gotten out, but he does continue to really try to block and probably successfully block a lot of release of information in January. We're just talking January. What about that center that's so awful for him with the Death card crossed by the Ten of Swords? The Ten of Coins. What does that mean? I feel like money, longevity, donors, practicing their generational money, protecting their generational money, all that comes into this. And so some of those who do betray him, some of that's orchestrated as well. They want to put a check on him. He has done too many things they have not liked. They didn't particularly appreciate the tariff war. He's done too many things they haven't liked. He's done a lot of things they've liked a whole heck of a lot. They're, all in all, the balance is favorable to a lot of these business people who will fund campaigns, who really aggressively try to influence the politicians. So, they've gotten their money's worth, but he does still do things that are a bit rogue, they don't like. So I do think that there will be some senators turning on him, or some former advisors do turn on him, but there will be some voices against Trump that haven't been against him in the past. They do want to put a check on him. But you know what? That's not new either, because we sometimes see Lindsey Graham do that. Even though he's kissing up 99.9% of the time, we do sometimes see him. It's like he got the instruction to put a check on Trump about this, put a check on Trump about that publicly. And he did. So, and maybe, that's more in line with his beliefs anyway. I don't know. I don't even know if Lindsey knows what his beliefs are anymore. But yeah, so we'll see a little bit of that. There will be some surprises there. Yeah, he won't like that. Okay. The 9 of coins above it all. The Hierophant. He's going to be irritated because on his mind is New Year's Eve. And we should be having fun. And I usually take a break in January, go down to Florida and golf. It's so cold up in Washington, D.C. And that's on his mind, but he is going to be frustrated by the demands of government, things that he cannot get out of. Yes. Okay, Lover's card at the root of the matter. Yeah. And the White House. It's not just him. Gosh, that means it's not just him who's in bed with, I believe, probably Putin, other foreign leaders. It's not just him. There are others in the White House then. Yeah, I suppose Jared Kushner. Yeah. Well, and then we have this alliance sort of with Netanyahu specifically, not so much Israel, but Netanyahu. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Like I said, that's an organized effort. That's not just one player. It's not just Trump. Although he really does want some lucrative deals. He really does. He wants more power. So he's all in. Yep. Okay. Well, Spirit, thank you so very, very much for the insight through the cards. And I can't wait to see what this is about. The Death card and the Ten of Swords. Doesn't look to be an easy month for him. He's having to work hard to peddle some illusion and put out some fires, and he's going to hear no quite a bit. It won't go that way, and he's not going to like that. So yeah, expect him to come out roaring then. All right, well, we'll see. Thank you all so very much. Bye-bye.